Okay, so Jerrick, thanks for being willing to share your experience with StrengthsFinder. As we begin, maybe you can just tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Okay, so I'm Jerrick. Then I'm 18 this year. So some of my hobbies includes like playing floorball, robotics, and running basically. Yeah. So my favorite subjects in physics, and I enjoy hanging out with my friends. Some of the stuff I don't really like is like any student I guess is studying cause it's just pretty boring and mundane. Yeah.
Okay, that's true. But there are some people who love studying.
Yeah, most students do not.
Okay, could you share with me what your top 5 StrengthsFinder talent teams are?
My top 5 Strength Finder teams are Includer, Adaptability, Strategic, Relator, and Maximizer.
What was your first impression of the report?
I was actually pretty surprised because I never realized that I strength in those areas. Like, I guess it occurs pretty naturally. So like, and no one actually told me that, this kind of things do not. No one actually talks about it. So, Strength Finder actually helps to identify these key areas, and in retrospect, I acknowledge the results are pretty accurate. Cause thinking back, it has actually been reflected throughout my whole life. Some of these strengths.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What is one example of a strengths or talent team that you were surprised by that you didn't realize you had?
One talent team would be maybe like a maximizer, for example. Like, cause when I'm doing a project or anything, it doesn't occur to me that I'm actually helping my friends to unleash their potential to excel in the whole project, for example. It always seems to be the opposite way around, whereby they are actually enhancing my potential and making the whole process more efficient. So this was a surprising theme in the sense.
So you didn't realize that you were actually focused on making things better, but you thought other people were the one doing it.
Yeah,
That's
which is
interesting. So how did that realization help you or change you?
I guess it didn't really change me, but it actually helps me to focus on what in a way it actually made me a bit more confident because in doing projects, because I realized that I have a strength, I have a talent in this area whereby I can actually benefit the group, and that I can benefit the group in the sense with my presence. So it's actually pretty awesome.
So it helped you to value some of the contributions you bring to the group. Would that be accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. So your top 5 talent teams include Adaptability, Strategic, Relator, and Maximizer. Of your 5, which talent team do you love the most?
Oh, definitely Includer. Because the team Includer actually means that you make everyone feel appreciated. And in the sense, I really like this team because it is actually the crucial component that will actually help to bring about a great team. And great team chemistry is the precursor to any great result. And it's also reflective of one of my main mottos, which is that no man should be left behind in the team. Cause it's like when we actually do something together, we should actually be happy and accomplish it as one.
I love it. It's like the slogan for Includer, right? No
Yes.
man left behind.
Yeah.
Can you think of examples of how Includer played out in your life?
I guess Includer played out most in my CCA, which is currently floorball. Because in a team, there is always differences between the various skill level between the juniors and the seniors, for example. So sometimes this can actually create certain tension whereby certain players may feel that others are not meeting up to their expectation, for instance. So I guess my talent team of being an Includer actually helps to ease off the tension by promoting the understanding and tolerance of the various teammates by actually promoting communication between them, being the bridge in the sense. I actually like to understand what the different people are actually perceiving before actually communicating, and this actually helps to reconcile some of the differences between the various members.
Do you see any of your other talent teams coming into play to help you do that well?
Actually, most of my talent teams actually help in this area because apart from includer, areas like adaptability, relator, and maximizer are all relationship building areas. So what this just means is that the various talent teams which I currently have is that it's mostly related to teamwork. So I guess like for example, relator, being able to relate to people actually helps to promote empathy, and this means that I can better understand where everyone is coming from, and thus it actually helps to develop the role of me being the connection between the teams, as previously mentioned. And for example, maximizer helps to bring out the best in people, which promotes the team, I guess. Yeah.
It's interesting. The maximizer talent team is actually a influencing talent team rather than a relationship building talent team, if we go by Gallup's category. Yet at the same time, you said that hey, maximizer actually helps you to build relationships.
Yes, because what the maximizer do is that as a maximizer, you actually helps to bring out the potential in everyone, and when that happens, what this means is that everyone is doing their best, and when everyone does their best, teamwork naturally comes, I guess. Oh, that rhymes. Yeah.
And actually that's amazing what you just did, because even though Gallup actually introduces the 4 domains of leadership, these 4 domains actually have low walls. So someone who has predominantly relationship building talent teams doesn't mean that they can't do executing or influence or strategic thinking. It's a matter of how they use it. So what you have done is you have actually used maximizer for the purposes of building relationship because of the number of relationship building talent teams that you have, namely your includer, your adaptability, as well as your relator.
Wow. Yep, that sounds pretty amazing.
When is the earliest time you can think of where you use any one of these talent teams?
The earliest time? I'm not too sure when was the earliest, but I guess I only started noticing some of these talent teams when I started secondary school life, for example. For when I first entered Sec 1, there was always this one weird kid in my class that would have lots of antics, and as a result of it, many of the students in the class likes to ostracize him as a result. So my role through all the relationship building strengths that I have, I actually managed to understand from his viewpoint why he did certain weird things. For example, taking the longer way to the toilet, for example. So his reason for it was that it actually helps him to de-stress and start to clarify some of his thoughts during lessons. And this was actually a unique point of view that many of my friends did not actually understand. And that made them think that he was weird, when it was actually a logical decision from his standpoint. So through understanding the various perspectives, like using my strength of being a relator, it actually helps for me to basically promote a common understanding of everyone and, create a more harmonious class in the sense.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like your talent teams actually help you to not prejudge an individual that you have met, which in some cases a lot of people do.
Yes, I guess that would be quite accurate to say so.
Wow, okay. So that's a very interesting way that it turned out, and I'm glad that it actually helped you with the way you relate to people, and it's your unique way of contributing. So I'm very curious. The way that you include people and the way that you invite people in, is it something that was inculcated into you when you were younger, or is it something that just came naturally to you? How did it come about?
I guess it came pretty natural. No one actually taught me. There wasn't any classes per se that says, oh, you have to actually think from different person's perspective, but it's more like it's a very natural thing that I guess it's in my character to not prejudge someone before I actually understand who they are thoroughly. Yes, so yep, pretty natural.
So you say it's more natural than it's more nature than nurture
Yes,
for you.
for sure.
Interesting. How else have the understanding of StrengthsFinder been useful for you?
StrengthsFinder has also helped me in my studies, for example. Like, apart from my various relationship building character strengths, I've also strengths in like areas like strategic thinking that could be a result of me playing lots of chess, for example. I'm not too sure about that, but it's possible. So this strategic thinking has actually helped me also in my various projects in school, because it has allowed me to evaluate the various ideas that are proposed by my teammates and to actually decide on the optimum idea, thus allowing the team to progress in a pretty efficient manner. Furthermore, is that it has also made me more cordial and friendly in the various social gatherings, for example, that I've had, as everyone's perspective is accepted. This is like from the other strengths. Yeah, yeah. It's a bit hard.
Okay. You also mentioned that StrengthsFinder was very useful or a lifesaver for you in doing your school graduation cert.
Yes.
Can you share a little bit more about how did it help you?
What the school graduation cert is basically a reflection of your personal self. So what StrengthsFinder has done for me is that it has actually organized the various strength components of it has organized my strength components into simple readable text, whereby I do not actually have to wander through like tons and tons of things. I do not have to actually like wonder too much about it, but it's actually all placed out neatly in front of me that will actually help me evaluate what I should do and what's my weakness and what I can work on, for example. So StrengthsFinder in this area has actually benefited me by helping me in the construction of the SGC.
Can you give a practical example of how it helped you, or maybe a statement that you wrote from your StrengthsFinder?
Okay. One statement I wrote was that it was under the theme of adaptability, for example. So it actually should, because there was a situation in school whereby there was an unforeseen circumstance, for example, whereby I was part of the organizing committee on a concert. It was for a school concert. And there was actually various video editing issues the night before, whereby we had to actually present the video the next day. So adaptability actually helps me it actually helps me to think on the spot, to actually innovate such that we can actually create a pretty decent outcome from a pretty horrible circumstance. Yeah. So these are stuff that I've included in my SGC, which I believe is a reflection of my true self as an adaptable, flexible person.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is the StrengthsFinder report gave you some anchors to think about which areas you could write in your certificate.
Yes.
And that's how that's how it helped you.
Yes, it has made it more concise and easier for me to understand myself and thus to present it in a proper document.
How would you have approached your school graduation cert if you didn't have the profile? Would it be more?
Without a profile, I believe I would have approached it more haphazardly. And for example, it could just be like the basic, the fundamental things like teamwork, critical thinking, the ordinary stuff. For example, it doesn't get to the crux of who I am as an individual, but rather I'll be presenting myself as a pretty ordinary, general person from a general perspective, from a general point of view. Yeah. So it doesn't actually reflect myself, but it kind of reflects who I am on a very broad scale.
So it helped you to give words to who you are, and
Yes.
gives you the skeletal frame so that you could actually add more meat to substantiate it in a way that is representative of you,
Yes.
yet not being overly general.
Yep.
Hmm,
It basically
interesting.
narrows down the areas. That it helps me to target the areas which I have to reflect.
Interesting. And that's actually one of the important things that we need to be aware of when we go for interviews in future. Can you see this being helpful for maybe interviews you might go for in future?
For sure. Because what interviews actually require is for you to they actually want your profile. They want to know you as a person. So through StrengthsFinder, it actually helps you to present yourself in the best way possible. In your to present your strengths and to actually showcase yourself on a totally different level. Like it actually helps you to present yourself in a very presentable manner.
Do you have any interviews or whatnot coming up that you need to prepare for?
Not yet, but hopefully soon. For example, scholarship interviews or whatever.
Okay, it'd be very interesting to hear from you how you used it to prepare for your interviews and also the outcome of your interviews once you've gone through it.
Sure, but
Hmm,
not yet.
I'm looking forward to it. Anything else you'd like to add in terms of your experience or any questions you have regarding your experience with StrengthsFinder?
um, Maybe we can have a weakness finder so that people can know how to like where they are weak in a task, improve on those areas as well.
Hmm, interesting. Um, One of the things that we do learn is that a lot of times our weaknesses are the flip side of our strengths.
Okay.
Do you see how some of your talent teams could contribute to some challenges or weaknesses you might face?
Contribute to some of the. Oh, could you repeat the question?
Um, do you see how some of your talent teams, so the StrengthsFinder report actually gives us our talent teams, our natural recurring patterns of thinking, feeling, or behaving. So
Yes.
can you see any of these talent teams being related to some challenges or weaknesses that you see in your life?
Oh. Uh. Yep. Definitely. For example, like adaptability. Well, it actually allows me to think on the spot. What this also means is that I'm less likely to actually plan. For example, I'm less likely to actually be so concerned about the future. So this means that uh, timetables and all that thing not too doesn't go well with me. I'm more on the spot thinking like, oh, should I do this today? And if I do this today, I'll get this, and I'll get my homework done eventually. But how the rest of the days will work out is unknown to me until the day itself. So yeah, this could perhaps be one of my weakness.
Hmm, that's interesting. So weaknesses are actually context dependent, right?
Yeah.
It's only a weakness if it gets in the way of something.
Yes.
So an understanding of your talent teams helps you to know potential pitfalls.
Yep. So so knowing these pitfalls, I can thus avoid some of the potential trouble I may face as a result of my character. Yeah.
Hmm. What are some ways that you can work around some of these pitfalls other than avoiding them?
Instead of actually um, uh, instead of actually tackling my weakness head on, perhaps I could use like different talent teams to actually complement one another. For example, adaptability makes me less prone to planning for the future. However, strategic thinking actually allows me to plan well. So, knowing this, perhaps I could actually plan it to be a more flexible timetable, for example, that will actually allow my adaptability strength to not affect this um, to not cause me to become tardy, for example.
Oh, okay. So it's a combination of adaptability and strategic, I'm hearing. So
Yes.
you're planning, but you're planning flexibility, and you're including flexibility into your plan as well.
Yes.
Wow,
So it
okay.
complements well.
Wow. So what happens when you combine these two talent teams together in doing your planning? How does it feel, and how does it work out for you?
It feels like it's more natural, and there is actually less tendency to avoid such a thing, because, like I say, these are talent teams which are actually innate in my character already. So by not going against what I believe in and what I have a tendency to do or not to do, it actually means that it makes it easier for me to achieve what I'm trying to carry out without actually putting in as much effort as I would like, without actually putting in all the hard work or mentally cycling myself to actually perform all these tasks. Yeah.
Okay, so now that we've spoken a little bit about the weaknesses piece, and you yourself came up with ideas on how other talent teams can come and support, what do you think about, do you still need a weakness finder? Is it useful?
Might be. Like, perhaps knowing that this weakness, I could somehow plan how the various talent teams can, like solve them.
Interesting. We'll probably spend some time the next round talking a little bit about weaknesses and how our talent teams can come in. And maybe that could be a second round of conversation.
Sure.
Okay, so thank you very much. I'm not going to take too much of your time. I really appreciate the way that you shared how StrengthsFinder has been an influence in your life, and also how you even very creatively mitigate some of their weaknesses of adaptability by combining your talent teams. So you way ahead many other people who are not that familiar with their own talent teams, and you did that very naturally.
Yeah. So, StrengthsFinder. Woo!
Okay, thank you so much, Jerrick.
I hope it has been a help for you.